Hey YouTube, this is AC over here. I kind of wanted to do a quick video of what just happened to me on the Gixxer. As just like in a video back when I had the R3, if you guys are having an issue when you turn the key, well, the key's off now. So if you guys turn the key and nothing, you don't get no display power whatsoever, you want to make sure you guys check your starter relay. Starter relay is located right here in the Gixxer between 17 year and 23 model. And this is what the starter relay looks like right here, guys. All right, so now let's focus. So this is what the starter relay looks like. And it's located right there. So if your starter relay has a fuse right here, there's normally a fuse here on the positive and a spare fuse on this side. So make sure you guys check that. It's a 30 amp, which is a little green fuse like that. So if it's popped, just go ahead, remove the spare one and put it there and it should work. If it doesn't, that's where we're at right now. We're kind of troubleshooting. So once I get it figured out, I'll let you guys know. And in case this ever happened to you, hopefully this works out for you guys. All right, guys, here is the update. We tried bridging it, but yet it didn't want to start. And to bridge it, what you want to do is just kind of grab a screwdriver or whatnot, touch it to the negative, and then, you know, just kind of put it sideways to touch the positive. And you're going to hear the engine start, but it didn't want to start. So another thing we were doing, or I was doing, is that we tried, you know, we put the cables for the charger to see kind of the status. Right now, we're at 79% or so. I noticed that when I put the charger to it to see the percentage of the battery, it was low. It was pretty much at 9% of battery. So right now we're charging it, and then we're going to test it out again and see. Okay, you guys kind of see it's 100% on the battery. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and put this fuse in there and put it into the starter relay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit the ignition switch, and hopefully it doesn't pop. So we're about to go ahead and turn the ignition and see if it pops. Yep, it popped. So that means there's something else going on why we don't know why it's doing that. I'll keep you guys posted and see what I find. Alrighty, guys, this is where we're at. I tried checking for a short in the cabling system. I tested out the relay. The relay seems to be working in good condition. I may just get another relay just to really make sure. But other than that, as of right now, I only connected the positive cable, which is right here. You can see, I can zoom clear up here. All right, so I only got the positive from the battery to the relay, but as you can see, I didn't connect the negative one. The negative one is actually the cable that actually goes to the starter. So I'm kind of curious to see if it'll still pop the fuse just with, you know, turning the ignition. This is my last fuse I have for the night. If it pops this one, I'm gonna have to go to the store and buy a whole bunch of other 30 amp fuses. So let's wish me good luck and let's see. Because if it doesn't pop, then I'm gonna have to look at something. It could be with the starter. I'm not sure if something happened with the starter that is kind of shortening out. But enough talking. Let's just see what happens. All right, I turned the relay so we could see the fuse if it does pop. All right, good. Wish me luck, guys. Here I go. I'm about to turn the ignition key. Right now it's set on the off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it and see if it pops the fuse. All right, get the camera position there. All right, here we go. Here goes nothing. All right, this is good. Check it out, guys. The screen is on, so that means that there's something going on with the starter on why it's actually shorting out. I'm not sure why. Oh, I got my lights going on there. All right, so this is good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start checking for the starter and see what I could find. And as soon as I do, I will let you guys know. All right, I still have not connected the starter to the relay yet, because I also wanted to check something else. We're gonna go ahead and take the kill switch off and put it to set for the priming of the fuel to the motor. Let's see what happens. All right, so here we go. Hopefully it doesn't pop, and check it out. I mean, we'll see. Focus up there. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key. That's the sound you hear is a servo whip, not moving around. And that buzz noise is from the electronics. All right, so actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put it won't start because obviously the starter's not connected. But I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this. I already have the starter solenoid already connected and everything. I did put the cable for the starter back on. Let me show you guys. I gotta show you this. All right, guys. So this is like I was saying is that it's my issue when I went on a ride the other day. It's already a Monday now, and this happened on a Saturday. Now everything kind of happened after I used my horn. As you guys can see over here, I would say right here I do have an aftermarket horn, and the riders I was with. Actually, let me turn the camera around so you guys can see me. Hopefully, you're getting everything. So we were over at Peoria, Illinois. We were at a restaurant called Coochie's by the Water. I know, funny name. And we were just talking, and somehow the horns came up. And I was telling them that I installed a motor horn on my Gixxer, you know, for a louder horn, you know, so that way people could out on the street could hear me. And the other rider was like, "Oh man, I would like to hear how it sounds." And I was like, "Okay, well, once we get out on the road, you know, I'll toot it for you so you could hear it." So we're riding, and then finally I found a stretch. There was no other cars were around. It was just us. So I told him to come up. So once he came up, I honked the horn up a few times so he could hear it. And he gave me a thumbs up. He was like, "Yes, that's a good horn. I would like something like that on my motorcycle installed." So everything was going good. We're riding, and then all of a sudden I'm riding, and all of a sudden my gauge cluster just starts to twitch, and then it goes off. Then the motorcycle dies. And I'm like, okay, so that's why with the video, I knew it was to start a relay, because that happened before on my R3. So I was like, all right, I'm over there, you know, trying to figure it out. Now we got the bike back here in the shop, and that's why I figured I'd make a YouTube video in case this kind of happened to you guys. You can't figure it out. So now let me get you to this point, and this is kind of what I found. I knew somewhere on the bike there was 2 wires touching. I wasn't too sure exactly where, so, you know, I'm just kind of diagnosing everywhere I could possibly find. And then my buddy says, "Hey, maybe you should check your horn. You know, maybe something with the cables. If you have some type of accessories that are still connected to the bike, maybe by a fuse or something, that could be it." I said, "Well, I don't have anything connected to the battery. All my accessories are already disconnected." So, but I was like, wait a minute, the horn is still connected to the factory wires, as that's how I had to wire it. So you know what? Let me go check over there, and let me show you what I found. All right, so if we go in here, I noticed that, hopefully you guys could see, the horn was actually all the way up. So I grabbed it and I moved it down as I was like feeling for the terminals. And check it out, guys. Right about, not even sure if you guys could even see that right here. Check it out. The casing of the cable is actually, looks like it's been burnt off or rubbed off. And it looks a little bit like some contact was making, it was making contact with another metal, which was actually this part up there. So I am wondering if this is the culprit, if this is what's shorting everything out, because as soon as I turn the key on the ignition, it shorts out right away. All right, guys, so I've already found something, so let's, and that's why I figure I already connect the starter cable to the relay. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key, cross my fingers that that's it, because if it is, guys, holy cow, I just saved myself and maybe possibly you guys a trip to the dealership on getting your bike fixed. All right, guys, brand new fuse already there. You can see brand new fuse. I already got the positive connected and the starter cable connected to the starter. All right, here goes nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key, but I'm gonna have the camera to the fuse in case it does pop. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Holy cow, guys. It is working. The fuse did not pop. Gauge cluster is working. Over here is working. This is good news. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off real quick. Okay, I have the switch on the off. I'm gonna go ahead and put it to prime fuel. So let's go ahead and turn the key on again. Oh, this is music to my ear, guys. You just don't know how excited I am. You can hear it in my voice because it's been so frustrating on why the fuse was popping. All right, fuse is still good. Gauge cluster's on. All right, let's go ahead and push the button. Oh my God, guys. Holy cow. Holy cow, it's working. This is a miracle. Oh man, you could hear it in my voice. The bike is working. I am so ecstatic. This is so super cool. I'm glad I was able to bring you along this trip, guys. Hopefully you guys can see me. I'm kind of holding the camera that doesn't have a screen so I can see if I'm recording myself. Oh man, you guys, this is something else. I really hope and I tried looking on YouTube, I could not find no video out there, you know, explaining it. I guess it just never happened to anybody. So I was just at my wit's end. Oh man, this is like awesome. Oh, I can't believe it. I fixed it. Well, I mean, I'm good at electronics. That's pretty much what I do. I almost felt like I picked the wrong profession on working on bikes. But it's good. I tested out the starter solenoid. Yeah, I should have probably did a video about that, but there was a few videos out there on how to test solenoids, which is, I mean, the starter relay, which is right there. I had tested it out. One person told me it could have been that, but I knew, after I tested it, I knew it was not a faulty relay, because the contact, when you test it, you hear a little click, so that was good. And I also did a load resistance test on it, and the coil was fine. By the way, guys, if you guys want to see something like that, if you want me to show you a video on how to do a starter solenoid test, let me know. Leave a comment down below, and I'll pull this sucker out and I'll do a video for you guys, so you guys could do a test for yourselves. And then yeah, all right, man. I mean, guys, I mean, not man, but oh my God, am I so relieved that I found it. So now that I know where the culprit is, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna go ahead and for sure wrap the hell out of that sucker and make sure those bolts are tight, and make sure it doesn't make any contact with any. Even heck, I'm gonna wrap the part where it was making contact. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that with electrical tape, because I want no more points of contact anywhere. I'm so glad that none of the wires by the engine, because another rider suggested that maybe some cables by the engine maybe had got, you know, too close to the engine and burnt, and maybe, you know, two wires were contacted and touched there. So I was, you know, tearing it up over there. So everything over there looks good. The switch, I tested, you know, checked out the kickstand switch, and the switch down there was good. Yeah, wire up there was good. All the other contact points were pretty good. The starter, tested out the starter, obviously. I think I showed you guys in the video, you know, bridging these two contact points. Oh, right there. The two contact points with the screwdriver. We noticed that the starter was starting, but obviously because there was no electrical power, it couldn't prime the fuel to, you know, actually start it. Checked all the fuses, obviously. Those were always the first things that we always check. And yeah, that's about it, man. I keep on saying, man, I'm just so blown away right now. All right, guys, let me go ahead and kind of button up everything up, and then close out this video. Alrighty, so I'm just so happy and ecstatic that everything worked out. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key again to really make sure before closing out the video, because yeah. Alright, sounding good? Yes, still working really good. Alrighty, guys, so that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully this video helped you out, because if it did, smash the like button down below, subscribe, leave a comment, and everything down below. Also, if you disliked the video, if it didn't help you out, smash the dislike button, or maybe just leave a comment down below. Let me know what's going on with your bike. I'll try to do the best I can on helping you guys out with your issues. Other than that, I did try to contact Suzuki, and they were not much help, really. I guess it never happened to them or whatnot, but I just kind of called them back and told them what happened with my bike. Maybe a question would come in later on in the future, and they could give them the answer. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all I can think of. Catch you guys on the next one, and take care.